Welcome to our January 2015 Sun Peak Area Market Update. I'm Ron Wilstein, a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties Worldwide in Park City, Utah. In this webinar, I'm going to share with you an update on the Park City real estate market, and then we're going to look specifically into the Sun Peak community and see what has been happening in terms of number of sales and prices compared to the previous year. And finally, I want to share with you a bit about the impact of the Vail Resorts purchase of Park City Mountain Resort on the real estate market. So thank you for joining me, and let's hop right into it. The Park City real estate market overall has been very strong and continues to be. Over the past year, and in this case, since we're giving this presentation in January, this is for all of 2014, there was 1,359 sales in Park City. This consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land, and it's actually down by 2% or 28 sales from the 12-month period the year before in 2013. When we try to break this down a little more specifically, this graph here will show you homes, condominiums, and lots and what they did. You can see that the homes are actually down by 11%. With the previous year, there were 575 sales, and in 2014 there were 514. Condominiums, however, were up by 6%, climbing from 604 sales to 638 sales. And vacant land, which is basically home sites for single-family properties, was about even, 208 sales the year before, 207 in 2014. But let's look at prices. Everyone's always curious what's happening with prices. You're looking here at a graph showing you the home medium sold prices for Park City, and I've broken it into two categories. We have Park City, which is within the city limits, and then the Snyderville Basin, which is the county area of Park City. I'm looking at the period of January 2014 through December of 2014, depicted by the red bar graphs, and then the gold is the 12-month period the year before. Park City prices are up, with single-family homes in the city being up 5%. They climbed from $1,235,000 as a medium sold price all the way to $1,300,000. Snyderville Basin, the homes rose by 10%, from $703,000 to $775,000. So nice appreciation there. When we turn to condominiums, we also see a rise here. Condominiums within the city limits rose 8%, from $490,000 to $529,000 as the median sold price. In the Snyderville Basin, we saw even a larger increase percentage-wise by 11%, with the median sold price of a condo there climbing from $325,000 to $361,950. And then we come to lots. In the city limits, it was basically unchanged, with the median sold price remaining $550,000. But in the Snyderville Basin, a big increase, 20%, from $275,000 to $330,000. Now, when we combine all this information, we realize that the number of homes sales in this past year in Park City has been down, but that's largely because of a shortage of inventory. There just weren't enough homes to sell. That in turn led a lot of people to turn to vacant land to buy a lot to build the home that they wanted, and it actually strengthened our lot market and obviously increased appreciation among vacant land, particularly in the Snyderville Basin. Now let's turn our attention to the Sun Peak area, see what's been happening there with regard to homes. Home sales in Sun Peak area actually climbed by 13% over the previous year's number of sales. This is an increase technically of 2, climbing from 15 sales in 2013 to 17 in 2014. But we always like to see that rise. I've broken this down here because Sun Peak has a lot of different geographical areas and subdivisions, and I've selected the 4 most prominent ones: Cedar Draw Estates, Mahogany Hills, and the Willow Draw Cottages. And I've broken it down for you so you can see Cedar Draw, which is a relatively small area. 2013 didn't have any sales. We saw 3 in this past year. Cedar Draw Estates rose by 400%, from 1 sale all the way to 5 sales. So it's nice to see that activity a little higher up in the canyon. Mahogany Hills, same number of sales both years, 7. And Willow Draw actually dropped by 71% from 7 sales in 2013 to 4 in 2014. Again, mainly because the properties weren't on the market to be purchased. I think if they were, they would have sold. But that breaks it down a little bit by your neighborhoods if that's of interest to you. Going back to the overall Sun Peak area, Sun Peak homes are selling at a nice pace of 1 sale every 21 days, which is very, very strong actually. There are currently only 2 homes on the market in Sun Peak, which equates to a 1-month inventory. Now, what I want you to realize is that according to the National Association of Realtors, a balanced market, equal number of buyers and sellers, is about a 6-month inventory of properties for sale. In resort towns like Park City, a 9-month inventory actually represents a balance. So when we're looking at a 1-month inventory, high demand in Sun Peak area with limited inventory, and that's why sales are pretty quick, 1 every 21 days, providing there are properties to be purchased. Sales price of homes have ranged from $775,000 all the way up to $2,175,000, with the median sold price being $1,195,000. That is up 34% from the previous year's values. It climbed from $895,000 all the way up to $1,195,000. Nice appreciation, very strong. Again, I've broken up the appreciation by the 4 subdivisions. Cedar Draw, as you recall, is up because it didn't have any the year before. So the baseline is the $1,050,000. Cedar Draw Estates climbed by 18% from $1,452,000 to $1,720,000. So very positive for the neighborhood. And in a similar fashion, Mahogany Hills rose by 13%, with the median sold price climbing from $1,050,000 to $1,190,000. And finally, the Willow Draw Cottages, lower priced homes, climbed from $750,000 to $775,000, a 3% increase. So our increases are anywhere from 3% all the way up to 18% in your neighborhood. So that's very strong and positive. Lot sales in Sun Peak are actually down mathematically by 67%, but take a look at this. We're looking at 3 sales in 2013 compared to 1 in 2014. So statistically a big drop, 67%, but it's 2 less sales. Sun Peak area lots are selling at a pace of 1 sale, therefore, every year. Not too optimistic, but that's what the math is. There's currently 1 lot on the market in the Sun Peak area, so it technically, statistically, equals a 12-month inventory. Anyway, that's the data in terms of your homes and your lots. Selling prices on lots, we had 1 sale, it was at $760,000, a nice 92% increase over the previous sale, previous year, or the median prices of the 3 sales at $395,000. Now, if you're interested in receiving the specific data that makes up the summaries that I've just presented on the homes and the lots in the Sun Peak area, send me an email to ron@thewilsteinteam.com, and I'll be happy to email that to you. And if you're interested in receiving similar information like what we're presenting here, but even more detailed on the Sun Peak area, anytime that you want, you can always bookmark our website and go to viewparkcityrealestate.com/Sun Peak. You can also get there by going to thewilsteinteam.com/Sun Peak. Let me just show you what that takes you to, because what I've done is I put a specific page on my website for the Sun Peak and Bear Hollow neighborhood. And here you're looking at that. So if you clicked on that, this is where it would take you directly. And there's a couple buttons here I just want to highlight. The green one, watch a webinar for an update on the Sun Peak area. You're watching that actually right now. But as we update these, and we do so about every 6 months, you click on that, you'll get whatever is the most recent one. If you want to search for properties in Sun Peak or Bear Hollow or condominiums, you can do so that way. And there are listed properties lower down in your neighborhood that you can peruse if you wish. Finally, the blue button here is Send Me Current Sales Data on the Sun Peak area. And this is the one that if you want to update at any time whatsoever, you just hover over it, it changes colors, you click on it, and it will take you to this form that says Current Sales Data. It's got some blanks. You put in your property address, or if it's a condominium or lot, the lot number, and then your contact information. And if you have any particular questions, in this comment box you can type in those questions. Scroll down further till you get to this green Submit Form. When you click that, it will send the information to you. We in turn will send it back to you what you're looking for, the data in the Sun Peak area. Do keep in mind that we will not call you unless you ask to be contacted. We don't want to bother you. We just want to provide you with the information as you need it, and you're always welcome to call us or ask us to call, but we'll never bug you. That's the important thing we want you to know. So let's turn to our final topic, and that is the Vail factor on Park City real estate. As you probably are aware, Vail Resorts acquired the Park City Mountain Resort on September 11th of this year, last year, 2014. And it's really quite good news because it followed a multi-year lawsuit, a lot of tension, a lot of uncertainty, and that uncertainty is all gone. I actually recorded in our October monthly webinar the details on the resort. You can go to the WilsteinTeam.com/Vail-PCMR, it's all lowercase, and watch the video, and you get the full details, all the information from start to finish on the conflict between PCMR and Vail and Talisker and how it got resolved. So if you're not familiar with that, feel free to check that out. However, the key elements that I want to just bring to your attention is Vail Resorts is now taking over and has taken over Park City Mountain Resort. They're looking to do many improvements there, which in turn will be beneficial for the entire Park City community. Vail paid $182.5 million for PCMR, and they now control 2 of the 3 resorts, and that's significant, with Deer Valley being the remaining privately owned resort. And Vail most recently announced that they will be investing $50 million into PCMR and canyons over the next 12 months. Now, that is huge. So there will be lots of improvements, and we've been talking about those details in our monthly webinar as well. The immediate benefit of the purchase is Vail's Epic Pass, which is their pass that allows you to ski at any Vail resorts, whether they're in Utah, Colorado, California, or even outside the country, is now good at PCMR. So with one pass, you can ski 2 out of the 3 resorts in Park City, and that's available now. Next year, they intend to connect PCMR and canyons, making it one large resort, the largest ski resort, in fact, in the United States, with 7,000 skiable acres. But here's the question that's most interesting to those of us involved in real estate, and that is, what does this mean for the Park City real estate market? What impact did Vail have? And I want to introduce you to my friend Rick Klein, who is a private mortgage banker with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage here in Park City. He likes to look at the market, he likes to look at stats, and he asked the question, what effect is Vail's purchase having on the Park City real estate market? And he came up with this graph, and let me just describe it here. What we're looking at is we're looking at pending sales. These are not sold properties, these are not listings, these are pending transactions that went into effect within the first month and a half following Vail's purchase of PCMR. They announced the purchase September 11th. This data is from September 12th through the end of October, and farthest to the right is for this year a breakdown of the number of sales, and then you have in the middle the sales in 2013, then you have the sales in 2012. And the boxes, the different color boxes, the lowest box, which is kind of a light purple, represents vacant land, number of sales. The middle box, kind of a maroon or darker purple, single family homes, and then the light yellow is number of condominiums. But you can see what happened is there was a natural progression from 2012 to 2013 in a rising Park City market, and it rose. But after the announcement on September 11th, the pending transactions increased significantly. What I mean by that is by 41% over the same period the year before. In fact, 87 more sales. Condominiums rose by 65%. So there were buyers who were considering Park City, maybe for a short term, maybe for a long term, who were pushed over the hump, if you will, with Vail's announcement of their purchase of PCMR. And since then, now that the year is wrapped up, the continued enthusiasm has led to more sales. It's leveled off a little bit, but because there was a lot of enthusiasm right away, a lot of deals went under contract. But all good news for real estate and for the resorts. So what does this mean overall? Well, overall, the confidence in the real estate market has increased. It's likely to continue to strengthen in the future. Buyers are stepping up now. They're buying properties in Park City where some of them might have been digging their heels in a little bit. They're buying them. And we expect this will continue, particularly as we are in the ski season now. Homes and condominiums that are located near the base of either PCMR or canyons are the properties most likely to be positively impacted by Vail's purchase of PCMR. And homes and condominiums located in Park City's residential neighborhoods will see a minimum impact on property values as a result of Vail's purchase. It's just logical. Those properties that are closest to the resorts are going to be the chief beneficiaries of Vail coming onto the scene. With that in mind, as I wrap up, I just want to let you know that if you're curious to learn how much your Sun Peak area home or lot is worth, just go to my website, BuyParkCityRealEstate.com. Scroll down from the home page to learn what your property is worth and complete the form, and or send me an email, Ron at the Wilstein team, and I'll just take you to the website again here. You click on View Park City Real Estate. This is our home page. Just scroll down past some of our listings and webinars to learn what your property is worth in today's market. Again, simple blanks to fill out. It would take you less than a minute. And some other things that may be of interest, you can choose any that are applicable. And then click the green button, Submit Form. That will come to me. I will contact you and get the details, what you're after, your questions, and give you a valuation of your property. There's no pressure. You don't have to sell it. I'm interested in providing information that's relevant to people when they're interested, and obviously that influences some to make a decision to sell now, and others will wait. They were just curious. It doesn't really matter, whichever one you prefer. Also want to bring your attention to, if you're not already aware of it, is Sun Peak's Homeowners Association website, sunpeak.org. Here's a little picture of what the website looks like, but lots of good information there. Feel free to go there and evaluate it. If you have any other questions, email me at ron@thewilsteinteam.com. If you'd like me to call you, include your phone number and a preferred time, and I will be happy to reach out to you. And finally, just a reminder, every single month we do a Park City Market Talk webinar. It's about a 20-minute presentation similar to what I'm doing here. We cover an overview each month of the Park City market, so any changes, you'll see them from month to month to month. And we also cover other topics that are in people's minds. This past year we talked a lot about the conflict between Vail, Talisker, and PCMR, and of course how it got resolved. We talk about whatever is on people's minds, or the hottest selling neighborhoods, or whatever. And it is always updated on the 15th day of the month. So it's always current on a monthly basis. So with that in mind, I want to thank you for taking the time to join me on this webinar. And if you haven't hit the slopes, do so. Snow is good and more is on the way. So ski and ride and enjoy Park City. Bye-bye.